move that rock before I went on the trip. I better move it before Wilma.
Hi.
Hey,
Glad you're here. I was about ready to do something, but I can wait and do that because I have questions for you. How are you doing? What have you been up to?
Oh, well, funny you should ask, and funny you should bring up the podcast. I actually had someone reach out to me after the first episode, and I just came back from visiting them in Missouri.
Ooh, my hometown.
Yeah.
Well, not really my home state.
Yeah, Missouri's a state.
It is a state.
Yes.
Where in Missouri were you?
Well, I can't really say specifically, but I will say, and I'll say it in the thing too, that it was near Platte River, and that's important.
Sure.
But we should probably get this set up to go if we're going to do that. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. And hello, and welcome to Cryptid Remarks. I'm Professor Edward Jeffers.
Oh, that was that theme song thing again, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I did it in an episode I did while you were gone.
Oh, that explains why all the equipment was running.
Yeah.
I
Why did you have a rock on your chair?
Well, I was in the middle of getting ready to record something, and then I had to go.
So you leave rocks on your chair when you go on vacation?
It was an emergency.
Oh, of course. All right. Well, anyway, I said welcome to the thing, didn't I? Right?
I believe so.
Okay. Yeah. Right. So anyway, we're back, and I have something that I wanted to talk about, and it is the fact that in the first episode, I actually had someone reach out to me. Apparently, there was an Ozark howler that heard me saying that they were nearly extinct and wanted to talk to me a little bit.
Wow, that had to be quite the experience.
Oh, yeah, it was interesting. I went to Missouri, near the Platte River down there, and I did promise that I would not say where specifically. And also, the individual that reached out to me requested to remain anonymous.
That's fair.
So I go down by the river, and I'm waiting, and I hear this sound that kind of sounds like a cross between a howling wolf and a screaming woman and maybe metal scraping.
Wow. That's quite the Foley artist nightmare.
Oh, well, I mean, I've definitely heard worse. And then after that, I saw this, it was like a gray furry creature that did kind of look like it had the body of a bear and the face of a cat and horns. I think we did describe it in episode 1, but I mean, that is pretty much what it looked like. And it had red, glowing eyes. I should say he, because it was a male one, and it is just kind of derogatory.
Also fair.
Yeah, and basically sat down by me and kind of surprised me by pulling out a chessboard.
Chess.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, I didn't know Ozark howlers played chess. I thought that was very interesting.
So was it just like a traditional chessboard, or was it one of those novelty ones that's all like Lord of the Rings or something?
Oh, no, it was just a little wooden chessboard.
Wood, though. That's nice.
Well, I mean, most creatures have access to wood.
Sure.
It's just easy to make things out of wood.
That makes sense.
Mostly humans do metal and stuff like that because they have the processing.
I was thinking more plastic, but that would make less sense.
Well, yeah, in more recent years, plastic too, yeah. But, I mean, most cryptids just don't. It's not that they can't do it, it's just that they don't care. I mean, if they really wanted to be that advanced, they'd come out and start making factories and smelting iron too.
I was thinking more of them getting an Amazon account, but hey, more power to them, I guess.
Well, I mean, I'm sure some of them do, but
yeah, that's fair too.
Yeah. So I talked to this, I'll call him gentleman, because saying Ozark howler every time is going to take too long. Talked to this gentleman, assured me that Ozark howlers are not endangered, and that they have their reasons for wanting to stay hidden. And then he told me a story about one of his ancestors, who it was his multiple great grandfather. I think he said it was direct line to him, but was out hanging around in the forest in the early 1800s. And then he heard a shot. Someone took a shot at him, and he swiveled his head around, and he saw a human there, and that looked like the human was reloading. Guns were a lot harder to operate then than they are now. And before he could reload and get another shot at him, he scarpered. He left.
He was familiar enough with humans to know that it was a gun? And that it needed to be reloaded.
Well, this one was. And you know, I mean, this may be the first time that he ever saw a gun. And there was just a loud explosion. He looked up, saw him fiddling with the thing, and thought, oh, well, that's probably not good, and then left.
That's fair.
And
Also.
and his, you know, modern day, Ozark howlers know what guns are. People hunt in the Ozarks all the time.
Yeah, I'm sure they've been doing it since well before the 1800s.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And so he left, and that is part of why Ozark howlers try to remain hidden. And I kind of see their point, to be honest.
Absolutely.
He said that something along the lines of that man had killed a Yahoo before he found out later. And
Sorry, backing up. What's a Yahoo?
Oh, it's a Sasquatch-like creature that is in the area some.
There's a Sasquatch-type creature in Missouri called a Yahoo.
Well, I don't think he killed the Yahoo in Missouri.
Oh, okay.
He said that he had heard that he killed it somewhere and didn't want anything else to do with him at that point. And I can see why.
Indeed.
Yeah. But anyway, he was talking to me about modern culture. So apparently it's not that they don't have any contact. He was telling me that he loves the fact that Ozark howlers have been used in modern games and that there's TV shows and books about them. And he told me he loved the documentary Tales of the Ozark Howler. And
well, isn't he concerned that all of this recent upsurge of interest in Ozark howlers is going to draw a lot of attention to him and his clan people, whatever?
Well, not really. I mean, he told me that he thinks it's kind of funny when cryptozoologists come around the area and set up cameras and mics and try to look for them. And every once in a while, they'll toss them a bone and, like, you know, do something way in the background where they know it's going to be fuzzy and they won't be able to tell what it is.
Well, I guess that's an amusement of sorts.
Well, I mean, there's not that much for a non-human to do in the Ozarks. You got to make your fun where you find it.
Yeah.
That's probably why I learned chess.
Humans are nothing if not entertaining.
Well, yeah, that is true. That is true. One thing that he did say he was a little annoyed is that he heard that we sometimes consider Ozark howlers to be a dark omen, and pointed out to me in very emphatic terms that there's no record of an Ozark howler actually ever hurting anyone. And then went on about the fact that he's heard that they're called devil cats, and is like, I'm nothing like devils. I'm an Ozark howler. I don't hurt people. I don't cause curses or whatever. And went on about that for quite some time.
So just one of those situations of, what do they call it? Coincidence is not causation kind of thing?
Yeah. Correlation not
That's
being
it.
causation.
Correlation.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, I saw an Ozark howler and then my father died, and now Ozark howlers mean that somebody's going to die. And that's not necessarily true, obviously.
Oh, exactly. Like the Curse of the Mummy, where that guy 70 years later died and the newspaper put up latest victim in the claim of the mummy's curse. And it's just like, yeah, he died of old age.
Yeah, at the age of 90 odd, I'm sure he just passed away.
Yeah, because, if you don't get mummy cursed, you live forever. Everybody knows that.
Oh,
yeah.
Keeping that in mind.
Anyway, one thing that he did say he was grateful to was mountain lions.
Being around? Or?
Well, yeah, because if something does happen, someone sees this large cat, they'll say, oh, no, that was a mountain lion.
I
it's
see
just
what
like,
you're
oh,
saying.
yeah, well, we can get away with that.
I thought you meant like the project to bring the mountain lions back to Missouri, and I thought he was grateful for that for just a food source. But I can
Well,
see
I mean,
that
maybe he has to eat something.
That's fair.
All right. So, So yeah, and he was just an incredibly nice guy. And I can vouch for the fact that they are very intelligent because he beat me 4 out of 5 games in chess.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
You good? You any good at chess?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think I'm that bad.
Okay. I mean, if you beat me 4 out of 5 times, that would impress me that I beat him once because I'm terrible at chess.
Well, Anyway, you said you had a letter too?
I do. Well, an email actually.
Okay.
It's from fellow travelers 42. They did not leave their real name nor pronouns, so preferred pronouns. So I'm just going to read it. I am planning a vacation through the Great Plains states in the United States. Are there any cryptids I'm likely to see there?
Jackalopes.
Oh yeah, I love jackalopes.
I mean, jackalopes are everywhere down there. I mean, mostly in Wyoming.
Yeah.
Obviously, but they're.
But they were also where?
They I don't know. What was that?
Just nothing special. Where are the jackalopes at?
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, all over the plains. And anywhere you'd find a rabbit, you'd find a jackalope. But jackalopes, more than rabbits, tend to hang to the plains.
Sure.
Douglas, Wyoming, really has capitalized on this. I don't know if you've ever been to Wyoming, but
yeah, not Douglas. I've been through Cheyenne, but there's
there's no shortage of jackalope things in Cheyenne.
Jackalope things
Yeah.
It's great. I absolutely love it.
Oh yeah, and I would say that as far as jackalopes go, they can be aggressive, but only if you're like provoking them. They prefer, much like rabbits, to hide. There are people that claim that jackalopes can turn completely invisible.
What?
Yeah. And that's not entirely true. But
not entirely.
No, they can cloak their horns though.
Can they?
Oh yeah,
that's interesting.
I have seen them do it, but usually they're pretty good at doing it when no one is watching.
Okay.
Yep, and they are incredibly fast, so it's easy for them to get away from people.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in fact, there are rumors that if you line your boots with jackalope fur, that you can run faster too.
Oh, let's not.
Oh no, obviously not. It's the same thing as a rabbit's foot will bring you luck. No, it'll just bring a rabbit bad luck because you stole his foot. That's no good. That's no good. They can speak
English.
Oh yeah, absolutely. In fact, they can sing.
Ooh.
Yeah, and they will, when they think no one is really paying attention, sing with people. I mean, they used to sing with the cowboys around here, and even before that, the indigenous people to the area. And modern day, they'll sing with campers if they're sitting around a campfire and strumming a guitar.
So it's more like carrying on with the melody more than I know the lyrics to every song that you're going to sing kind of situation?
Oh, yeah. They just they'll sing along. And, if they know the words, they'll sing the words too. And, I mean, I have spoken to them. They're smart too. In fact, I know one.
Do you?
Yeah. She, her name is, and she hates her parents for this, just so you know.
Yeah.
Her name is Jackie Lope.
No way.
Yeah.
Wait, let's hold on, backing up here. Her name is Jackie, and her last name is Lope.
Yes.
Okay, so it would have been better if she were Jackie Lope, but I don't want to tease her about her name. She obviously doesn't like that. But I have heard worse. If it makes her feel any better. And these are just regular humans being terrible to the children.
Well, yeah, and if she does manage to hear that, know that we love you anyway, even though your parents have a sick sense of humor.
Maybe someday we'll be able to speak with Jackie if you can get a hold of her.
It's possible. That
would be awesome.
A couple other things that I think are neat about jackalopes is people have been scared of them in the past. In fact, people used to wear stovepipes on their legs to protect them.
Ow, that can't be comfortable.
Well, no, but it's a lot less comfortable getting antlers jammed into your leg.
Well, I mean, that's fair, but, has a jackalope ever literally attacked a human?
Maybe.
Oh?
I mean, I don't know every jackalope, and like I said, they can get aggressive if you provoke them. It's the fight or flight thing.
Sure.
And Jackie told me this. They tend to only mate during lightning storms.
Well, that's got to be interesting. I mean, how do you even judge when that's happening? And do they have a sixth sense for that? And are they just always ready to go when there's a lightning storm? I mean, how do you
I
work that
mean,
out?
there's got to be a certain level of it depends on how ready you are.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like going,
It's
honey,
like
it's a
not,
lightning
yeah,
storm, and
not
you're like,
tonight.
not tonight, honey.
Yeah,
The
not
lightning,
tonight. That's a distant rumble. Yeah,
that
I don't
lightning
want
storm
that.
gave
Yeah.
me a headache.
And I also know that they are intelligent because jackalopes also can play chess.
I feel kind of bad about the fact that I stink at chess.
Oh well, they're not as good as Ozark howlers, but
Is that just because you lost to them less frequently?
there's also dogmen
No.
in the plains. I mean, usually you hear about dogmen, you think about the Michigan dogman.
Oh, do I? What is the
Well, by
Michigan
you,
dog?
I mean people that follow dogmen. I do want to say that I don't think that the dogmen are actual lycanthropes. I think they're just canine hominids.
Oh, meaning that they can't change. They're just
Yeah,
always.
they're just, yeah.
Okay.
They also aren't quite as good at chess as Ozark howlers. But they're smart enough. The reason why I bring it up is because there have been sightings of them at the very least in Kansas and Nebraska.
Mm.
I mean, if I were to dig into it deeper, I'm sure I could find more, but you can find them on the plains. Just like wild dogs, they can be a little bit aggressive if you're not careful around them. And one thing that I will say will aggravate them quicker than anything is do not use puppy talk around them.
Oh, they're not good boys.
Oh, well, I mean, some of them are good boys, but if you're like, who's a good boy?
They will rip your
They'll
face
bite
off.
your hand off.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that usually doesn't end well for the person doing that.
Yeah, and it probably doesn't do them any favors in the reputation department.
Nah, probably not, now that you mention it. And speaking of dog creatures, the Wahila, he said he was in the United States, right?
They said Great Plains, and they did say states. So yeah,
Okay.
definitely states.
Okay, the Wahila are mostly Canadian. But, I mean, they are seen sometimes as far south as North Dakota. So if you're going that far north, you might run into one. Sometimes they're called dire wolves.
Oh my!
Saber wolves.
Yeah.
You've heard of those?
I've heard of dire wolves.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not sure I could recognize one.
Well, I mean, they have a reputation of ripping heads off of people.
Oh, well, that's not a good thing.
No, not really. But I mean, honestly, I think they're just giant puppies. If you just are nice to them, they don't hate the puppy talk as much.
Oh, really?
No, because I think they're probably less intelligent than the dog men.
Oh.
I think they're more on the dog's level of intelligence. So maybe not less intelligent, but like less able to communicate.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, dogmen obviously speak some form of, at least English. Since have you ever spoken with a dogman actually?
Yeah.
Okay.
In Michigan when I was there at one point.
But the wisteria you've never, or wisteria, sorry.
The Wahila.
The Wahila. My apologies. The Wahila you've never seen, haven't communicated with. They don't speak English.
Oh, I've had the opportunity to pet one.
Aww.
They are so adorable. I love wolves.
Aw.
And these are nice big wolves, so yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. There's some there's some water cryptids in the area. Have you where was that? Inman, Kansas. Have you ever been in that area?
I've been through Kansas. I don't think there's been like 4 or 5 places, but I don't even know where that place that you just mentioned is. So.
Oh, well, a while back there were a bunch of freshwater lakes around this town, Inman.
Okay.
And they drained the lakes.
Oh, why would they do that?
Well, industry, whatever, at the time. It was during a time when humans weren't really as kind to their environment as they are now. But they drained them, and not all of the lakes completely drained. And they would form these low water pockets called sinkholes.
Okay.
And in them, they started seeing a water cryptid, a very long eel-like thing from most descriptions. And they started calling it Sinkhole Sam.
Just for reasons, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I personally I haven't met this one. I don't know if it's Sinkhole Samuel or Sinkhole Samantha, but
Well, Sam's pretty non-gender.
yeah, that's what I'm saying is I can't report on that, but that is one instance. There is also in the Devil's Lake area of North Dakota, I believe. I hate the term monster, but they've been calling it the Devil's Lake Monster.
Oh,
Yeah, monster's such a negative term.
true.
I mean, it implies that you're only there to hurt other people, and honestly, this one is not. In fact, it's kind of a prankster. It loves to, set, kind of like the Ozark howlers. They'll set up things that are like, oh, look, they saw me, oh no, and then disappear and not be seen for a long time.
So, water cryptids, being from Missouri, I have very little information, obviously, about Momo. Have you ever heard of Momo?
I have heard of Momo. I have not met Momo.
Well, honestly, I don't even know if Momo exists, but because it's such a folklore kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of cryptids are though.
Sure.
And I mean, if anyone out there has ever met Momo, let me know because I would love to meet Momo. That would be a lot of fun.
Indeed.
I did meet a Devil's Lake creature once.
Yeah?
Like I said, they're fun. They just have a great sense of humor.
They beat you at chess?
Maybe.
You could just carry around a chess set with you and just periodically check and see how intelligent creatures are by whether or not they can beat you at chess? Because honestly, if you ever want to just boost your ego, we'll play chess and then you can kick my butt and then you'll feel better about yourself. Because again, I don't play chess.
Well, there is one more type of creature that apparently has been sighted in the Kansas area. But I don't know if it's real.
What's that?
Well, here's the thing. The only thing that I've ever seen about this was written by someone named A. And honestly, I don't think they know what they're talking about. It sounds like they're just throwing random words.
What's A? I mean,
A?
who's A?
I don't know. It's a very short name, AI. And they just
AI.
Yeah, and they just it seems like they just make random stuff up.
Oh, well, what did you read?
Well, apparently near the Garden City, Kansas area, there is this creature that is not organic. All they ever see is this thing moving around that looks like it's made of stone and vines.
You mean Frank?
What?
Frank. Are you saying Frank's not real?
No, I'm not saying Frank. Who's Frank?
Frank, he's great. He's awesome. He gets very irritated with being compared to Weeping Angels. He loves Doctor Who, by the way. He would kick your ass at chess.
So would he pass the Harkness test?
I don't know if anybody would want to have, relations with Frank. That might be uncomfortable.
Potentially, yeah. So, yeah, there's probably several that I'm missing out. Apparently, most of which could beat me at chess and in the plains. If I missed your favorite one, let me know. Complain. We'll mention it on the show at another time.
Yeah, clearly complaining is the best way to get you to investigate something.
Anyway, that's about all the time we have for right now. So
be sure to send any more questions that you have to cryptidremarks@gmail.com, and we'll be happy to help in any way we can.
Yes. Where did you put that rock? You've been listening to Cryptid Remarks. The part of Professor Edward Jeffers was played by Jeffrey Morton. The part of Wilma Chronicle was played by Kimberly Morton. All music was written by Ruben Fansler. Sound editing by Jeffrey Morton and Ruben Fansler. Our web guru is Aaron Milosic. If you have any questions you would like us to cover, contact us at cryptidremarks@gmail.com or link to our Discord through cryptidremarks.com. Thank you for listening. And don't worry, I probably don't exist either.